Legend of Ochi! Okay, it's not pronounced like that. It's A24's first family film. Unless you count Hereditary, that was fun for the whole family. Ayo! Yes, A24 has been branching out into more mainstream territory this year. Ochi represents their first foray into kids' films. Well, kinda. Ochi takes place in a rural village in Carpathia. It's kinda reality, kinda mythical. We follow the shy girl Yuri. She has been taught all her life by her dad, played by Willem Dafoe. Okay, just a note, I love Willem Dafoe, but there are other actors. Willem, you don't have to say yes to everything. You're in every movie every month. Like, come on, do you need a new boat? She has been taught to fear these elusive forest creatures called the Ochi. But what do you know? She stumbles upon a wounded baby one, decides it's too cute, and sets off into the wilderness to return it to its family. Naturally, her crazy dad thinks she's been kidnapped, so he and his gang of child soldiers and her brother, played by Finn Wolfhard, head to the forest to try to rescue her. First off, Ochi is so adorable. I want one. But more importantly, the puppetry is incredibly well done. He feels like a living, breathing creature. Ochi is super cute and a totally original creation. I mean, there are some familiar influences. I can't really put my finger on it. It's kind of been bugging me what it reminds me of. I'll think about it. And this is very much an intentional throwback to our 80s family films, where every creature and alien and monster was a puppet, something tactile that the actors could interact with. And that really does go a long way with helping the actress, Helena Zengel, interact with this creature and bond with it. But if this is trying to emulate the wonder and tone of 80s movies we grew up with, it needs to do a way better job. Ochi can't quite find the right balance between wonder for kids and something evocative for adults. It's caught between this dark, dull, gray area. There are long stretches without words, and that's totally fine. I mean, fantasy films like The Neverending Story had long stretches without dialogue, but there was always something magical, something off kilter about the world and the tone that kept kids interested. And here, the director, Isaiah Saxon, doesn't quite capture a tone that will captivate kids and not bore adults. The film looks great. It's shot on location in places like Finland, so it's got these very lush, rich locations. The cinematography itself is very dark and muddy and just not very visually attractive, I don't think, to kids or adults. And in terms of world building, the world here is kind of confusing. It's a mixture of provincial farmland, but then when they go to town, there's like Euro cars from the 80s. And then there's Willem Dafoe, who puts on a suit of armor to go into battle. And he has a child army who all have guns. And Finn Wolfhard isn't really doing anything. And the little girl Yuri really likes metal. So it's almost like all these prog rock influences, but it never feels like a consistent world. And to be honest, it kind of just drags along till we reach the end where we kind of know what's going to happen. There's going to be reunion and reconciliation and understanding what it means to let nature be nature and all that stuff. What irks me about the ending is you can tell E.T. was a big influence on this. Little kid, cute creature. And the end with the score and even the editing is like out and out ripping off E.T. I mean, it's really trying to go for that awe and wonder to leave you on a high note. And because we can tell it's a ripoff, it just falls completely flat. I wish I could say Ochi is a brave new step for A24 in branching out its audience, but sadly, despite cool puppetry, it's too dark for kids, too dull for adults, and won't please anyone. I give it a forgettable 2.5 stars out of 5. Wait, Ochi is just Baby Yoda with fur. Originality my ass.